So you decided to use Astra theme to build your WordPress website. If that's the case, then in this video, I'm going to show you how you can install and set up Astra theme and how you can do all the customization to make that perfect website using Astra theme. So if all that sounds interesting, then let's dive in. Alright, so let's fire up our WordPress backend and let's begin with the first step, and that is how to install Astra theme. So once we are in our WordPress backend, in order to install Astra theme, we need to go to Appearance and then click on Themes. And from here, we need to click on Add New Theme. Now, once you are on this page, you are going to see the popular themes for WordPress, and chances are you're going to see Astra right here on the top list. So you can go ahead and click on Install from here, or you can simply type in Astra in the search bar and you will find the theme here. So let's go ahead and click on Install and then click on Activate. Alright, so now we have installed Astra theme. So now we can get rid of this default 2024 theme. So we click on Theme Details and then click on Delete. Alright, so now the only theme we have on this setup is the Astra theme. Now the best part about Astra theme is that in order to build your website, you don't have to start from scratch. You can go ahead and get ready-made templates from Astra itself. So for that, we need to install a plugin called Starter Templates. And that's what our next step is, how to install starter templates from Astra. So for that, we need to go to Plugins and then click on Add New. And let's search for Starter Templates. And right here on the top, this is the Starter Template plugin from the Brainstorm Force team, that is the makers of Astra theme. So let's go ahead and install this plugin and then click on Activate. And as soon as you install this plugin, you are going to get two options to create your WordPress website. First one is by using AI Website Builder. So this is going to use the ZipWP AI Website Builder to build your entire website in just a few seconds. Or you can choose the classic starter templates. So you can go ahead and check out all the website templates that they have, and you can choose the one which suits best for your requirement. Now there might be a situation that you won't be able to find a perfect match, but I'm sure you will be able to find a close one which you can easily customize later on. Now if you want to learn how you can use this AI website builder, that is ZipWP, we have a complete separate video for that. So you can go ahead and watch this video right here. I'm going to leave a link in the I button above and in the video description below. But right now for this case, we are going to choose the classic templates so that we can see how every customization and all the stuff works. So let's click on Build with Template. And now it's time to choose our page builder. So we can choose Block Editor, Elementor, or Beaver Builder. But for this case, we are going to stick with Block Editor. Let's click on this. And here are all the templates that we can choose for this website. So just for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to choose this Planet Earth template. So let's click on this, and here you're going to see a quick customization option where you can upload your own logo so that you can have a preview right here. You can go ahead and change the fonts here. So you can go ahead and change the global fonts from here itself. And you can also change the color palette for this entire site. So maybe you want a blue theme, or maybe you want this one. So you can go ahead and switch it right here. But I would prefer not to do changes here. We will go ahead and click on Continue, import this template, and then we will see how we can use everything from the Astra theme customizer. So let's go ahead and skip this part and click on Continue. And now we just need to fill up these basic details, and we need to make sure that all these options are checked. So if you wish to get updates from them, you can go ahead and fill up this form. But right now I'm just going to skip it and click on Submit to build my website. And now it's going to take a few seconds to do the backend stuff, and the website will be ready in just a few seconds. And boom, it was done just in 17 seconds. So let's go ahead and open our dashboard in a new tab. And maybe we can also click on View Our Site to see how it looks in the front end. So this is how the front end looks, pretty basic, and that's what we wanted so that I can show you how everything works in the Astra customizer. And we are back in our WordPress backend. Alright, so now our website is set up. Let's move on to the next step, that is how we can add a logo in Astra theme. So to do all these customizations, we need to go to the Astra theme customizer. So for that, we need to go to Appearance and then click on Customize. Alright, so here we are in the Astra theme customizer. We have the customization options on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we have the preview panel. And now in order to update our logo, which is right here, we have two options. Either we can move the mouse on top of this logo right here and click on this pencil icon. So if I click on this, it's going to take me directly to the place in the Astra theme customizer where I can upload my image as logo. So here we are in the Astra header customizer, to be precise, and here we have 3 rows that we can add various elements, and right now we can see the site logo is in the middle row, and on the right hand side we have the primary menu block. So we can go ahead and add more blocks here and customize this header as per our need. Along with that, the second way to reach this exact place is by using the left hand side customizer navigation. Here we have header builder. Let's click on this and we are back again in the header customizer. Now in order to update the image for our logo, we just need to either click on this logo widget here, or we can click on site title and logo from here as well. So let's click on this. And from here we can remove this image, and now we can upload our own logo file. Let's click on select logo, and here is our logo file. Let's go ahead and add this, and we are going to skip cropping. So we have our logo right here, and we can change the width of our logo, and this is how it looks in the front end. Now you can go ahead and upload a different logo for Retina devices, so you can turn this on and upload a new logo here. After that, we also have an option for site title. If you want to show the site title with the logo, you can do that from here. And here, if we just turn on logo and site title, we can show logo with the site title, which I don't want right now. I just want this image as a logo. And below that, we can also enter the tagline, which is also going to be visible right below this logo. So once again, we are going to leave this blank. And just below that, we have an option for site icon as well. So you can go ahead and upload a favicon icon, which will be visible on top of our browser window. So we can go ahead and upload an icon here, and maybe we can choose this white logo from here and then click on select and crop image. And now this is how our favicon icon or the site icon will look like. Alright, so once we are done, we can just go ahead and click on publish. Alright, so once the logo is done, we now move on to our next step, and that is how to update global colors and global fonts in Astra theme. So for that, we come back here on our main customizer page, and right here we have an option called global. Let's click on this, and now we can change all the global settings right from here, starting with from the typography. So if we click on this, here we can get all the presets which we can use to update our entire typography for this website. So for a better view, let me just go ahead and scroll down a little bit. And here we can see some text titles here. And now let's say if I go ahead and change to this preset, so you can see my title and the text is getting updated. And now if I go ahead and choose this one, again, it updated all the text and headings here. But these are just the presets. We can go ahead and change everything right from here. So let's say I want to change the body font. So I just go ahead and click on this pencil icon, and then I can choose any font from here. So let's say I go ahead and choose Poppins just in case. So you can see now my body text is updated. In the same way, I can change the heading font as well. So instead of this one, let's say I go ahead and choose this one. Now you can see all the headings are now updated. But just in case if you want to change fonts only for specific headings like H1, H2, H3 or lower than that, and even lower than that, you can change specific headings from here. So let's say if I click on H2, so by default it's going to show us inherit, which means that it's going to inherit the fonts that we have set here. But we can change that as well. So let's say we want this one. The font for H2 text is updated. Rest of the headings are the same. In the same way, we can change the font for other headings as well. Below that, we have an option for paragraph margin, which means that what should be the gap between two paragraphs. So right now it's set on EM. So you can go ahead and update that as well. But by default, it looks good. Now below this we have an option for underline content links. So if we turn this on, it's going to mark all the links with underline, just like this button here. We now have this text as underline, which sometimes might look odd, so I'll turn this off right now. Now in the same way, we can go ahead and change our global colors. So right now it is set on this green color palette, and just like our global fonts, we have some preset for the global color palettes as well. We can go ahead and switch it to blue depending upon what kind of website we are making. And not just that, if we select any style from these preset, we can still change each and every color from here. So let's say I don't like this blue shade for these buttons and links. I can just go ahead and change the color from here. Let's say maybe a little aqua shade for blue, like this one. So right now I have updated my global colors. So wherever I have selected this color 1 in my entire website, that should be now updated to this new color. And we have an example right here. We are using this color for our buttons, same as this one, and both of them are now updated to the new color. And in the same way, we can edit our entire color palette. Alright, so once that is done, we can now move on to our next step, and that is how we can change the container width in Astra theme. This is also part of global elements customization. So we again go to global, and here the third option we have for container. So here we have three options: normal, narrow, and full width. So depending upon your design layout, you can go ahead and switch that. And not just that, you can also change the width of the container. But most of the time, until and unless you have a very specific requirement, you might not want to change this. So I'm going to leave it as it is. But if you go ahead and upgrade to the Pro plan of Astra theme, you're going to get more options of customization here. So if you want to check out the Pro plan, I'm going to leave the link in the video description below, and I'm sure you will be able to find some good deals using that specific link. Now let's talk about how we can style buttons in Astra theme. Now this one is interesting. Now in order to assign global style in Astra theme to our buttons, we need to go to globals, and here we have option for buttons. Let's click on this. And here we have the button presets for primary button, as well as we can also define the style for secondary button. Now let me show you how it works. So let's come back here in our page, and let's say after this content, we go ahead and add two buttons. So we search for button block, and here we have the button block from the WordPress core block editor. So if I select this, let's call this one as primary. And now let's duplicate this button and let's call it secondary. And now if we go in the styling option, here we can choose the style fill or outline. So let's say for secondary, we choose the styling as outline. So this is how it's going to look. Now let's go ahead and update, and let's see how we can customize this using the Astra theme customizer, so that we can have a global style for our secondary as well as primary button. Alright, so here we are, and here we are on the primary tab. So here we can define how the first or the primary button should look. So we can change the look from here. So let's select this one, and in the same way we can do the styling for the secondary button as well. So let's say I go with this one, and then I'll choose the background color. So maybe I'll select this one, and then text color as white. So this is how we can update this. But in order to maintain the design consistency, let's select this style, and we will choose the text color as blue, and the border color will remain as blue. And for the hover, let's say we select the same style, the white background, and the text will be black. And the border color, let's change this to dark gray. So this is how it's going to look. So this is how we can use the Astra theme customizer to style our primary as well as secondary button. Now let's move on to the next part, and that is how we can add a scroll to top button in Astra theme. So for that, again, we come back here in our global settings, and just below our buttons, we have scroll to top option. Let's click on this. And here we can enable scroll to top. So if we click on this, here on the home page, if we scroll down, now we can see we have a scroll to top button added right at the bottom right corner. So if we click on this, it's going to take us back on top of the page. And of course, we can choose where we want to show this. If we want to show this on desktop, mobile, or on both. And we can also change the position as well. And if you want to change the design of this icon, you can go ahead and do that from the design tab. Here you can change the icon color, maybe white as color, and maybe for the background we can choose blue one. So this is how we can update this. And we can also add a border radius like this one. So it's going to look a little rounded here. And once we are done, we can just simply click on publish. And now let's move on to our next part, and that is how we can edit our header and navigation. So for that, we need to come back here in the main customizer settings. And as we are going to deal with header, we will click on header builder again. So let's click on this. And we are back inside our header builder, and here we can play with various widgets to customize the entire header as per our requirement. Now of course they have a lot of options in free version, but if you want some advanced functionalities, you can again go ahead and consider their pro plans as well. So with the pro one, you will get a sticky header, divider element, and various other things. But right now we are only considering the free theme only. Now let's say we want to add a button here next to our navigation menu. All we have to do is just click on this plus icon here, and then we can add any widget from here. So these are the widgets that we get with the free version of Astra. So in order to add a button, we just need to click on this widget here, and then we have a button right here. But it looks weird right now, so we can go ahead and click on this pencil icon, and here we can add a text to this button. So here is the text. Now this one looks much better. And we can also add a link here. So maybe we can link this to any page from the website itself, or we can add any other link as we want. So I'm just going to enter the contact page link here. And if you want, we can open this link in a new tab, but we're not going to do that right now. And of course, we can change the designing for this button as well. So if you want to make this call to action button a little bit stand out, we can change the background color and play around with it. So if we go ahead and change this to something different, we can do that from here. But let's keep it consistent as per the design theme. So we will reset this, and this is how it's going to look. And again, we can play with the border width, the border radius, and we can change the spacing as well. And now let's talk about how we can edit navigation menu in Astra theme. So for that, we already have this menu here, which is coming from our starter template. So in order to edit this, we can simply click on this pencil icon from here. And of course, there are other ways, like we can click on this widget here, or maybe we can come back and click on primary menu link here. So everything leads to the same place. So if we click on this pencil icon, we are back here in our primary menu editor, or customizer I should say. So if we click on this, we have an option to select which menu we want to show here as a primary menu. So here we can choose the menus from the list if we have more than one, and we can choose secondary off canvas menu, which is actually our mobile menu. And we can also set a logout menu as well as a footer menu as well, which will be visible right here at the bottom. Now, if we want to change anything or edit the elements of this particular menu, we can do that. We can do that right here from the theme customizer. So let's click on edit menu, and now we can change or rearrange all these items. So let's say I want services above about. So this is how it's going to change in the live preview. And I can also add a new item. So let's click on this. Now I can add a new page. So maybe I want to add sample page here. So just to show you what are the possibilities. So let me just go ahead and remove this, and I can also add a blog category. So if you have a blog and you want to show the category on the top navigation, you can do that from here. In the same way, we can add custom links as well. And if you are using WooCommerce, you can add the WooCommerce product category as well. And all that can be done right inside Astra Theme Customizer. But of course, there is another way which we can do that. If we come back here in our WordPress backend, in order to edit everything about our navigation menu, we have an option right here under Appearance. We go to Menus, and now we can create a new menu. We can rearrange elements as we have seen in the Astra Theme Customizer, and we can also add new items from here. So let's see how we can change the navigation menu in Astra Theme. So right now we have this pre-menu already created using our starter template. Let's say we want to change this. So we go ahead and click on and create a new menu, and let's call it top menu, and then we will not select anything from here. Let's create this first, and now let's go ahead and add some pages once again. So I'll just go ahead and select all the pages and then add to menu. So now we have this menu ready in the back end. Let's click on save changes. And now I want to show this top menu instead of what we have right here. So we have two options for that. Either I can simply select primary menu option here. So it's going to switch the menu in the front end, or we can do this from the Astra theme customizer. So let me just refresh this page once, so that we can load our newly created menu here. And now let's come back here in our navigation menu. And in order to change this menu, we go to configure, and then in primary menu option, we now have our new entry, that is top menu. If we select this, it's going to change the menu items here. So this is how we can change menu in Astra theme customizer. Now let's talk about the next section, that is how to customize our footer in Astra theme. So for that, we come back here in our Astra theme customizer, and just like our header builder, we also have a footer builder, which we can access from here if we click on this pencil icon. Or we can go ahead and choose this navigation on the left hand side, and here we have the footer builder option. Let's click on this, and now we are back in the customizer for footer, which looks very much similar like our header builder. And once again, we can go ahead and play around with widgets and place them as per our requirement. And once again, we have a lot of options in the free version, but you can also go ahead and check the options that you will get if you switch to the Astra Pro version. And just like our header, we can go ahead and play around with these widgets. For example, instead of this HTML widget, which got our logo here, maybe we can remove this. And here I want to add social media icons. So let's click on this social widget, and here we got the icons. And if I click on this widget, I can go ahead and edit all the URLs. We have the label option, and below this we can add the URL for our Facebook profile. And in the same way we can do for Twitter. And if you want to remove, you can go ahead and remove this. And in the same way we can add more, like if you want to add Instagram, let's click on this and then click on add social. So it will be back here. Just like that, if you want to add dribble, it will be available here. So this is how we can customize our footer in Astra theme. So this is how easy it is to use and customize Astra theme to build that perfect business website. Now, if you want to learn how you can use AI to create your WordPress website, then make sure you watch this video right here. And if you want to learn how you can use Spectra Page Builder to create some cool looking advanced page layouts by just using block editor, then make sure you watch this video right here. So that's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next one.